Scorpio, people are getting on your very last nerve here in August. Let's have an aligned astro chat about it. Hello all, I'm Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive and welcome to your transformational tarot reading for the month of August. This is part of my Black Feather Couture Divining a VIP Life series. So excited to be connecting with you guys today. And we are going to be pulling an overarching theme from the Lisa Lister's Self-Sorcery Oracle today. And then the card deck that called to me for you guys was the World of Visions Tarot from Tarotteca. So let's get to it. Hello, Mr. Neo. Neo is making his presence known. Anytime I get in front of the camera to do work, he says, "Oh, but Mama, it's all about me. Didn't you know? I'm the star of the show." All right, Scorpio. So I definitely feel here like the month of August is really going to try your patience. And it's going to try your patience because I feel like you've been extremely patient for the last, I want to say, several months, especially around family dynamics or relationships with people that are like your family. I would say chosen family, where there's just been a lot of misunderstanding, misinformation, miscommunication, just a lot of miss. And you're really at a place where you're like, listen, I've done everything I know how to do. And so, I don't know what to suggest for you anymore. I can't help you, or I can't fix this. I can't help us. So your message in all of this is to lean back. I want to say, not your circus, not your monkeys. So the month of August, I feel, is a month where it's going to be about discerning what is yours to fix, to worry about, to focus on. Hey, you make a better door than a window. Thank you. And what is really about let me take a step back. Let me take a step back, but let me also, as I'm taking that step back, thank you so much. As I'm taking that step back, I'm raising my head to the sky. And, here she has her eyes closed and, perhaps the sun is shining on her and she's taking that all in, or she's just meditating. But what I want to say to you guys is lean your head back with your eyes open, because it gives you a fresh perspective. It gives you something different to focus on. When we are in these relational struggles, we're looking each other in the eye. This is like, I need to kind of look up to source. I need to bring my focus, bring my eye level to a higher vantage point so that I can get some different information. And again, I don't feel like this is connected to what you need to fix in the dynamic. It's acknowledging that I've done everything that I can possibly do. And so if I've done all that I can possibly do, now it's time to take a step back and allow some divine intervention to come into the mix. So where are you at presently? Where are you right now in your transformational journey? What part of you is shifting, rising, or dissolving? Yeah, Three of Swords. So this actually is a Scorpio card. So I do feel that you're very much in your heart space. You're very much sitting in the space of trying to understand why the miscommunications and the misunderstandings have been happening. And you're looking at it and you're saying, I've even taken the extra care, the extra steps to make sure that I'm using my words appropriately, that my words aren't intended to wound. I'm taking the extra step to quantify what it is that I'm doing, or setting up the conversation so that the intended can receive it in the way that it's intended, which is always from a place of the heart. But I want to say, with this Three of Swords, with you being in this space, there's also an energy of control that you haven't let go of. And I feel like that's what this message is about. Lean back, because you've done all the things to try and fix it and make it work that normally do work, and it is not working now. That's frustrating. That's irritating. That's people getting on your last nerve because they're not falling in line. They're not doing the thing that you really just know that they can do to make things better. And this is something where you have to just kind of let it go and say, okay, they're on their own heart journey. And the only heart I can worry about right now is my own. So I feel like this Three of Swords is also an invitation to recognize that self-care piece. Where am I continuing to try and resolve someone else's issue? I can pull back. I can lean back from that. Put my focus on healing myself and understanding where these miscommunications are occurring so that I can make some different choices for myself. What's your catalyst? What's fueling or hindering this transformation? And is this resistance or rocket fuel? Eight of Wands. So, I feel here, Scorpio, like this month may be a month where you come to a realization that there's a dynamic that is just not any longer working for you. And I don't necessarily feel that for everyone, this is going to be cutting a person off or out. But I do feel that for some of you, that's exactly what it means. In this particular depiction, the wands are heading down. So they've been thrown from somewhere else and they're getting ready to land at their intended target, right? And I feel like this is you recognizing internally that you are ready to land. You're ready to launch something in your own life. You're ready to move forward into, I want to say, the newness of you, or into the expansion of what you have already started. And this person or people may have been a part of that. And the plan might be that they go on that journey with you. And all of a sudden you run into this situation where you're recognizing, maybe the challenge here is that you never really wanted to go here in the first place, or you thought you wanted to go, but now something has shifted and changed. And instead of you either being aware of that or being willing to speak to me on that, there's a lot of this miscommunication and misdirection of information. And so here I am ready to launch, like everything's in the air. It's happening. You can't pull back from this. You can't stop this in midstream. Maybe now I got to do this. I got to go it alone, or I'm doing this without you, without this original plan. And I want to say to you, the eights are all about mastery. It's the journey of mastery. It's the journey of abundance. So I don't feel that you need to be overly worried or concerned about how this is going to play out, because I feel like whatever gets, sort of removed, there's always going to be something that takes its place if it's a necessity, right? If it's a resource that you need to continue on down the road and make happen what you're here to make happen. But I do feel that this might come a little bit out of left field. When it is revealed to you, that aha moment goes off, the light bulb goes off, and you go, oh, that's what this has been about this whole time. I'll use a very simple analogy here. Years ago in my marriage, it took me a long time to figure out that my ex-husband, who is conflict avoidant like me, I was actually the one who was the change agent and the conflict driver and all the rest of it in that dynamic, for the most part, which is funny. It says a lot. I would say, hey, we're planning our trip. We would always go away somewhere for our birthday and anniversary. We shared the same birthday and our anniversary was in the same month. So we would always choose that month to go away. And I never figured out, I never clued in until towards the very end, that he never wanted to say no to me. So a maybe was always a no. And he would say things like, okay, well, you can have this, or you can do this, or we can do this if you're able to meet these criteria. And he would give a crazy ass list. And I don't feel that he was doing it intentionally, but it was subconscious that he was doing it. He would give this crazy ass list. And in his mind, she's never going to find this thing. She's never going to be able to check off all of these boxes. So I'm safe. Him not knowing who he married, you've presented this challenge. I'm going to look far and wide, and I am going to answer check off every, challenge that you've given me, so that I can get the thing that I need. And whenever that would happen, we'd get into a big fight about it because he would still say no. There would always be something, or he would make it very difficult to move forward. Eventually, I clued into the fact that the bottom line is he just doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to do these particular things. He's fine to do things that he's comfortable with, that he knows, that his girls can go with him to. He's not really wanting to go in these ways, even though his words say something different. I feel like this is what you are dealing with this energy in August, is you're running into a person that has been saying a lot of things and, dangling the carrot all the way along. And then on the other side of it, it's, oh, so I've been going this whole time under the assumption that we're both on the same page, but we're really not. And now it's come to light. So just be prepared. I feel that there's going to be a lot of energy around that. And you may even have some resentment as a result of that. Work through the resentment, let it go. Let's see what else is kind of coming up. But that is the catalyst. And here is the deep root. What deep belief, wound, or soul contract is driving this transformation under the surface? 3 of coins, yeah, because you've put all the time and the effort into doing this. And I have to say, we have the 3 of swords and now we have the 3 of coins, right? So 3s is creativity, movement forward, collaboration, attention to detail, learning how to build a thing and how to create a thing, and doing it with support. And this is the deep root. I guess I'm once again having to do these things by myself. I guess I'm once again not able to count on the thing that I built this whole thing around. But I want to say to you, let it go without any worry of any kind, because I feel like the 3 of coins is coming up and coming through to say, you are going to have collaboration. You are going to receive help and get the resources that you need to make this happen. It's just going to look different than what you thought it was going to look. Yes, you may feel a bit disappointed in the situation or the circumstance. Move through that as quickly as you can, because the disappointment is only going to keep you stuck here. 8 of Wands is a swift release card. So it's saying, the catalyst, swiftly release it so that you can step into what is it that I'm learning right now and what details do I need to put my focus to in order to be able to continue on down my path and to do it with joy. She's in nature here, and she's by this beautiful little brook, and she's painting. She's painting the pentacles. She's manifesting her dreams, goals, and desires. And she's concentrated, she's focused, but she doesn't look unhappy. She's in this beautiful space, and she's capitalizing on what that space is bringing to her. It's a resurgence of energy that's coming to you. It's just coming to you in a very different way than you pictured. What is dying away? What part of you is falling away? What role, pattern, or identity has run its course? Ooh, and there's like a lot of cards that are like flipping out here. The moon, yes. So dishonesty, secrets, the mystery, whoever this person is or whatever this situation is that it is representing, I feel like it's the Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Dude, I've seen you. I can't unsee you. It is what it is. I feel like this is going to be, in some capacity, a bit shocking. And at the same time, you're going to have sensed as soon as it comes up, oh my God, I always kind of knew this. I could just never put my finger on why I felt this way. So when we're talking about what is dying away, I feel like what's dying away is the mask. And what is coming to light is the reality, the truth of the situation. And here we have, it's the theater mask, the 2 faces. We've got the sad mask. We've got the happy mask in her hand, and we're seeing the real face. We're seeing the real her. And she's looking up at the sky. She's looking up for hope. She's looking up for something new. And I feel like whether this is the mask of the other person that falls off, or this is you as a result of this situation, recognizing I no longer need this mask. I no longer need to be something other than who I am in order to make this all happen. I just need to be me. I need to move into this space. I feel that is basically the question. Is this the question of masks? The masks come off. And what do they reveal? I also feel really strongly as I'm looking at this particular moon, it's depicting the phases of the moon. So you want to be following along with the new moon phases for this month as well. For those of you who are new to me, I do a new moon musings reading for every new moon, and it goes through the entire cycle and phase. So you might want to check that out. So when we're talking about what's dying away, I feel like this is just sort of like secrets revealed. There's just a lot that's coming out and coming through. This is typically a Cancer card. It is a fellow water sign for you astrologically. And so I feel that you're comfortable in this space. And, you know, you don't mind secrets as long as they're secrets that you're creating or you're keeping. But this also feels like in relation to, this is a secret that was kept from me. I don't really like that feeling. I don't like how that is. And so maybe now that gives me the courage to release my mask, to be a little more authentic in relation to this goal that I'm trying to establish or that I'm trying to head to. So there's a little bit of, I want to say, an internal, personal come to Jesus moment here. It's, yes, we're talking about another person being a catalyst, but it also opens you up to, again, what part am I playing in this whole dynamic? You know, what decisions have I made that may have influenced this or affected this? Or what have I been seeing that I've been ignoring, or that I couldn't quite put my finger on and just didn't bother to take the extra mile to kind of figure out what the answer was? Because we all have to take accountability for those choices in our lives. All right, here's your highest phoenix potential. What can rise from the ashes? What is your soul calling you towards? This is your breakthrough energy. Two of Cups, there's a new union that's happening. This is disappearing because there's somebody even better that's coming in to fulfill this goal, to come in and really be your partner in soul, in spirit, in emotion, in vision, in the psychic realm. And I really feel like when we see this pearl, and it's a big pearl, what this symbolizes is that pearl, as big as it is only in existence because there was all of this work, effort, conflict, grit, struggle, strife, and out comes this pearl. This is what you're going to be able to gain. This is what you're going to be able to create. And you thought, I need this in order to do it. But actually, plot twist, there's somebody else in the works that is actually, I want to say, sacredly contracted to do this work with you. And until this person gets out of the way, this person can't show up. Wow. So there's somebody new that's coming into the fold that is going to have the resource, and I want to say have the same vision. And I feel like this disappearing and this coming into the mix are going to be piggybacked. So there's not going to be a ton of time in between the falling away of this and the opening up of that. Wow, now I'm really excited for you. Next step, what's emerging? What's just around the corner? What energy or experience is coming in to support the next phase? Yeah, it's a fresh start. It's a complete new beginning. I love this little baby fox. Foxes are opportunists. And I feel like that's what this is. This is all designed to help you to, I want to say, see the forest for the trees. There's something about this dynamic or component that has kept you a little bit blinded or shielded from something that you, like I said, you always sort of had a sense of it, but couldn't put your finger on it, or that this person, you know, or this situation always kind of had you a bit blinded because it played upon your truest desires. But it also played on your truest self-doubt, your truest fears, right? The lack of confidence around some of this stuff. So I feel like what's coming through here when we're talking about the Fool is it is a new beginning. It is an opportunity, but the opportunist learns very quickly, I have to take the opportunity when it presents itself. I can't dilly-dally and wait around. I can't think too much or too long because otherwise the opportunity disappears. And then I don't know when the next opportunity is going to show up. So this is an invitation to say, all right, yeah, there is something absolutely new that is getting ready to start. And you need to be ready to jump on it. You need to be ready to say, yes, universe, this is what I want. Let's do this. Interesting. Your role in this process. How are you navigating this transformation? Are you resisting, flowing, grieving, or boldly rising. Three of Cups. Wow. So it's your third three. Just need to point that out. That's pretty important. So 3 is your lucky number this month. 3 is the energy that you are in. I want to say whenever you see 3s all around you, it is a sign that your guides are trying to show you that there's something in your environment you need to see or someone that you need to connect with. 3 of Cups, when we're talking about your role in this shift, you need to be more celebratory in all the things that are happening. No, it's never fun when something blows up in your face, when you have an unexpected release. I want to point out that this isn't the Tower card. This is a lower intensity of a Tower card, but it is a lower intensity of a Tower card. So yeah, this is not necessarily going to be fun, but it's also not something that you want to be dwelling in too much, because 3 is the energy of creation. And this is the invitation for you to create new. You had the 2 of Cups, and now you've got the 3 of Cups, right? So we've got a lot of these new beginnings that are moving. The Fool, 2 of Cups, three threes. So you're in succession. You're moving forward, and this is moving forward in spite of you. And in this particular depiction, yes, they're all holding hands. They're kind of doing all in a circle. But source, spirit energy, the frequency of love is all throughout it. And I feel like that's really the focus here. Your role in this process is to understand that I'm a co-creator, that it's happening through me and for me, but it's not always just about me. I'm playing a role with a bunch of other players. I'm on stage with a bunch of other actors, and we all have our own particular roles and paths and missions and lines and stage directions. We've got, different places that we need to be in order for the whole thing to work out, for the whole show to be what it is. It's bigger than the both of us, baby. That's what this is for you. So the role that you're playing in August is to recognize that, yes, I do have a role, a significant role, and it's not just about me and my path. It's the role that I'm playing in amongst the greater, grander stage play that we're all in at this time. And what am I choosing to create as a result of that? Circles of support. Who or what is influencing your transformation right now? And are you feeling that it's positive or negative? Wow, we have the World card. So you've got the whole world at your fingertips. I want to see, did you get the, no, that must have been another, I was thinking of the 2 of Wands, but no, you didn't get that. I've been doing so many readings that it's starting to fall in line. But anyway, the 2 of Wands, she's got one wand in her hand and she's holding the world in the other hand. And the idea is that, she thought this was it, but this was just the taster, right? This was just the appetizer. And I feel like the world is coming through to say, everything is yours. You've got access to all the things that you could possibly need and want. Step into your alchemizer. Step into that inner alchemizer and really connect. You've got the Fool and the World together, the beginning and the end, which leads into a beginning. It's the Ouroboros. It's full circle. And I feel like you have everyone and everything around you. I feel like that's the message. I could go further into detail, but I feel like I'm just kind of like repeating myself. You have everything you need. The question is, are you going to take advantage of it? You've come full circle. You're getting ready to start a new journey. Use what came from before to fuel your now. Hence the release. When we burn things for heat and fuel, it creates nutrients in the soil for something new and fresh to grow. And that's what this feels like. Hopes and fears. So I also want to say about this World card, don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. Help is going to be all around you all the time, in all ways. But you've got to look up and actually be able to recognize that it's there for you. I feel like that's important. So eyes wide open, right, around all of this. Hopes and fears. What are you dreaming of becoming? And what scares you about actually doing it? Interesting. 9 of coins. You're afraid of the work, the effort that it takes. You recognize that to get where you want to go, there's a lot more that needs to be invested, put in to the situation. And this is why you paired up with someone, right? And so you're still like about this, but oh my God, I've got this. So there's something new. So I need to let go of the attachment to what this was. The idea that, oh my God, here I go again. I'm going to have to do all of this stuff on my own. It always falls to my shoulders. No, I feel like this is saying, no, it's an end to that and stepping into this union and this pairing. But you also have to make sure that you're communicating what it is that you're needing. This is a card of abundance. It's a card of gratitude. It's a card of the recognition of the work and the effort that went into getting you to where you're at this time. You are here. You're also going to get to a new version of here on the other side of this. But you actually have to be willing to take the journey. And I feel right now like the hope and the fear is okay, yeah, there's a new path. It's clear that, there's something else that's going to happen. But do I really want to do it? I feel that's the fear speaking. That's the ego voice going, oh my God, I'm so tired. And like, if I go into this and this person does this to me halfway through, then I'm left holding the bag. And I just don't want to be here again. You have to ask yourself the question, what am I willing to risk? Am I worth the risk? Is this goal worth the risk? I feel like the question is around risk, but also in acknowledgement of what you already have and what is waiting for you. There's a lot going on there. August is really going to be, I want to say, challenging because you are just like faced. It's like you can't get away from it. It's, the things are coming up and coming through and in somewhat rapid succession. But I feel like when it comes up that quickly and you have to make those decisions that quickly, it also means that you can move through it that much more quickly. Lean back and allow source to unfold what is waiting for you. This is your outcome of your transformation if you stay on course in August. Who will you be on the other side of the journey? And what is the result of embracing the full cycle of death and rebirth? Oh my God, 10 of coins. So again, a 9 and a 10, 2s and 3s, 9s and 10s, beginnings and endings of cycles. 10s are new beginnings based on an already established foundation as well. The world coming full circle. Ending one cycle, moving into another. So August is a pivotal month for you because it's wrapping a lot of things up while also at the same time opening you to the new. And the 10 of coins is that legacy. And I feel like that's what you're working towards is the legacy, which is why you're being invited always to lean back and allow source to steer the ship for a little while and then show you what is going to be available, to show you what resources you're going to have access to. You don't have to fight to figure all of this out. You just need to be open to receiving it and to taking the step towards it when it reveals itself to you. And that's what this 10 of coins is about. So this is a month that is leading you into this new legacy. And it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Do not doubt that. But you also don't have to work hard in the way that you think you have to work to get here. Lean back and allow the universe to reveal itself to you. Release what needs to be released and step into that space of creativity and self-care. Honor yourself. Pay attention to the details. Be open to this 2 of Cups energy because this 2 of Cups energy is here as a catalyst for, I want to say, a new chapter of you learning that you don't always have to do it all by yourself. And that there is so much success in pairing, but it comes from you being solid in trusting and knowing and believing that this is what you need, this is what you deserve, this is what is right for you. And it's not about bulldozing and driving the bus. It's about being open to receiving. Whew. Scorpio. So that is your transformational tarot reading for August. For those of you who are new to me, welcome. So glad to have you here. You may or may not know that I also do private readings. So, this seems like a really intense month. If this is an intense month and you could really use a little bit of support or guidance, feel free to reach out and book a session. I would love to be of service to help you navigate these waters. Otherwise, I look forward to the next video where, who knows what is going to happen at that point. So I'm going to say take care, and we will see you on the flip side. Transform well.